The 1982p Jefferson nickel is far more than just a common 5-cent piece. It stands out as a symbol of numismatic fascination and has become a prized treasure among coin collectors due to its design, composition, historical relevance, and above all, its hidden potential value in today's market. Where select specimens have been known to fetch up to $2,000, struck at the Philadelphia Mint. The P Mint mark on this nickel became a standard identifier only starting in 1980, making it relatively new in the coin's long history that began in 1938. The Jefferson nickel series was first introduced as a replacement for the Buffalo nickel, and Felix Schlag's iconic design featuring a left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and his famous Monticello home on the reverse has stood the test of time. In 1982, the U.S. Mint was transitioning between metal compositions due to rising production costs, which affected many coin denominations, while the nickel maintained its standard composition of 75% copper and 25% nickel. Subtle differences in strike quality, die condition, and planchet quality began to emerge, especially in Philadelphia issues due to mass production and economic constraints. These production factors led to a number of high-grade coins being extremely rare, especially those with sharp details, full steps on the Monticello, and near-pristine surfaces, tributes that now drive the coin's value far beyond its face worth. Most circulated 1982p nickels hold minimal value, but mint state examples graded MS66 or higher, particularly with full steps FS designation, are incredibly scarce and command top prices at auction. The full steps feature on the reverse refers to complete, uninterrupted steps on Monticello, a detail often lost in the rush of production. When preserved, it indicates a nearly flawless strike. PCGs and NGC have certified only a limited number of these coins in top grades with Fs, making them ultra-valuable in the numismatic market. Coins with strong luster, no contact marks, and crisp detelephone preserved in original mint rolls or proof-like condition can easily cross the $1,000 to $2,000 mark. The rarity increases when combined with potential error varieties such as die cracks, off-center strikes, clipped planchettes, and double die obverses, which are highly sought after by error coin enthusiasts. There have also been reports of weak strike and over-polished dies in the 1982p issue. It's causing some design features to appear faint or ghosted. Further intriguing specialists in the field, collectors value the 1982p Jefferson nickel not only for its condition rarity and potential mint errors, but also for its position during a transitional period in the U.S. Mint's history, a time of budget shifts, material changes, and adjustments in production quality. This backdrop has led collectors to revisit and reassess once overlooked nickels from this era. The allure of the 1982p lies in its hidden potential. Most people who find one in circulation believe it to be of ordinary value. But under the scrutiny of magnification and grading, it can transform into a high-value asset. Numismatists recommend examining the coin under bright lighting to detect any anomalies in the steps, luster, or die errors. If a coin shows promise, it should be sent to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC, whose certification not only authenticates the coin but also significantly boosts its resale value. A professionally graded MS66 or better 1982p with full steps can attract fierce bidding wars among collectors online and in live auctions. Some of the top recorded sales include prices from $1,800 to $2,000, particularly when paired with eye appeal and verified full steps. The rising interest in Jefferson nickels as a collectible series also contributes to the increased value of specific years like 1982p, once considered too modern for high value. Nickels from the late 20th century are gaining appreciation due to low population reports in premium grades. This coin represents a perfect storm. It has a recognized mint mark. It's from a transitional economic period, and it offers a wide range of conditions from worn circulation examples to pristine MS67 survivors, some of which are nearly impossible to find. Many collectors are now building full-step Jefferson nickel sets and are willing to pay substantial premiums to acquire high-quality 1982p coins. especially since the Philadelphia Mint's quality control in the early 80s wasn't as rigorous as later decades, leading to a very small surviving population of top-tier examples. Moreover, the 1982p nickel can also feature a proof-like finish, another rare characteristic that boosts desirability. This semi-proof-like effect, where fields appear mirror-like and devices are frosted, occurs when the dies used were polished or new and struck on a higher quality planchette. These coins are often hoarded and sold at extraordinary prices. As with any rare coin, factors such as strike sharpness, eye appeal, toning, die state, and absence of contact marks play a major role in final valuation. Coins showing attractive rainbow toning can fetch more than a brilliant untoned example, especially when the toning is natural and even across the surface. Coin investors are increasingly turning to nickels like the 1982p as long-term holds, anticipating further appreciation as demand for vintage U.S. coinage continues to grow globally. With coin collecting becoming more accessible via social media, YouTube, and online marketplaces, educational content on the value of coins like the 1982p Jefferson nickel has exploded in popularity, and viewers are astonished to learn how a small piece of change can turn into a multi-thousand-dollar collectible. Sellers who come across uncirculated rolls of 1982p nickels are encouraged to carefully review each piece under magnification, as even a single FS example in top grade can alter the course of a collector's portfolio. This hidden gem from the early 1980s is a wake-up call for everyday people to check their pocket change, revisit old collections, and search through coin jars that may contain forgotten nickels with huge potential. Unlike other denominations, Jefferson nickels were produced in large numbers, which makes finding pristine survivors in the wild particularly exciting and rewarding. The market value of the 1982p Jefferson nickel can soar to $2,000 or more, but that value is built upon a foundation of condition, rarity, error, uniqueness, and collector passion. As more collectors chase after Jefferson nickel registry sets and aim to complete decades of coin runs in MS66+ with FS designations, the demand for coins like this only increases. In short, the 1982p Jefferson nickel, while once overlooked, is now firmly embedded in the category of modern rarities coins, whose full value is only just being recognized by the collecting world. If you are lucky enough to find one in your possession, especially one with sharp details, brilliant luster, and certified grading, it could very well be worth hundreds if not thousands of dollars, making it a tiny treasure in the vast landscape of American numismatics. Next up, the 1974 Jefferson nickel with no mint mark, minted at the Philadelphia Mint. This might appear like an ordinary piece of pocket change to the average person, but to a seasoned numismatist, it represents a remarkable opportunity to uncover hidden value, particularly in the highest levels of mint state preservation. While millions of these coins were struck for circulation, what sets this issue apart is the sheer scarcity of pristine full steps examples, especially in grades MS66 or higher, which are so rare that they can command astonishing auction prices, reaching up to $7,000. Designed by Felix Schlag, the Jefferson nickel series has been a mainstay of American coinage since 1938, and by 1974, Monticello residents on the reverse. However, despite its familiar look and high mintage figures, the 1974 nickel without a mint mark is among the most condition-sensitive issues in the entire series due to poor strike quality at the Philadelphia Mint and worn dies that made it extremely difficult to produce sharp, well-defined coins. That's why collectors who seek out examples with full steps FS designation, a reference to 5 or 6 clearly visible steps on Monticello, know just how incredibly hard it is to find such coins from this date, especially in the top grades. Most Jefferson nickels from this era were struck for circulation with little regard for die sharpness or longevity, leading to weak details and blurry strikes, especially in the reverse lower steps area. The full steps designation, awarded only by major grading services like PCGS and NGC, requires uninterrupted, sharply delineated steps without significant strike flaws or abrasions. For the 1974 no-mint Mark Jefferson nickel, this means that nearly every coin you encounter in circulation will fall short, likely exhibiting its flattening in the step area or general weakness in the design. Yet, for those rare few that do achieve full steps in high grades such as MS66 or MS67, the market responds with fierce bidding and record-breaking prices. These coins represent a perfect storm of rarity, mass-produced but rarely preserved well, commonly overlooked but highly prized by registry set builders and often hiding in plain sight. Auction records show select 1974 no-mint Mark Jefferson nickels achieving prices of $5,000 to $7,000, especially when they combine luster, eye appeal, strike sharpness, and certified full steps. What also adds to the allure of the 1974 Jefferson nickel is its error and variety potential. Although not as famous for major double dies or dramatic planchette errors, there are still documented examples of clipped planchettes, die cracks, off-center strikes, die clashes, and improperly annealed planchettes, all of which can significantly increase a coin's value when found in conjunction with a top-tier grade. For collectors and dealers alike, finding such errors on a high-grade full steps 1974 nickel is like hitting the numismatic jackpot. Even coins that display unusual toning, such as rainbow hues or iridescent luster, can command premiums from collectors who seek not just technical quality, but aesthetic uniqueness. Moreover, while most casual collectors only check silver or pre-1965 nickels, serious Jefferson nickel collectors know that 1970s issues can be the true sleepers of the series, especially coins from 1971 through 1977, where quality control at the Philadelphia Mint often lagged behind demand. The 1974 nickel is right in the middle of this era and is notoriously difficult to find in superb condition, thus making every confirmed high-grade FS example a true treasure. Grading plays a critical role in the valuation of the 1974 Jefferson nickel. While circulated examples may carry a little more than face value or a small premium, coins certified by PCGS Professional Coin Grading Service or NGC Numismatic Guarantee Company, as MS66 or higher with full steps have exponentially more value. These grading services apply strict criteria, especially for the FS designation, rejecting any coin where the steps are broken, blurred, or interrupted by even minor nicks or planchette issues. This level of scrutiny results in a very low population of 1974 no-mint Mark nickels certified as FS and M66 or better, making them essential for collectors competing in Jefferson nickel registry sets. In fact, it's this population scarcity that drives value sky high. The fewer the coins certified in that top bracket, the more competitive the bidding becomes. Collectors, a mark of rarity, and an asset with rising value as demand for high-end examples continues to grow. Coins that were once overlooked and tossed aside as common are now being re-evaluated. And the 1974 nickel is among the most exciting of these modern rediscoveries. What makes this even more interesting is the widespread availability of 1974 nickels in circulation, which means a gem could be hiding in a pocket, a coin jar, or an old collection right now, completely unnoticed. The key is in the strike and preservation. Coin that never entered circulation, stored in original bankrolls or mint sets, has a much greater chance of exhibiting the fine details needed for top-tier grading. Even then, only a small fraction of those will earn the coveted full steps designation, and fewer still will combine it with the surface quality, luster, and eye appeal needed for a $7,000 valuation. Collectors are advised to examine 1974 no-mint Mark nickels under bright lighting and 10x magnification, carefully assessing the Monticello steps, cheek, and jawline on Jefferson and the coin's overall cleanliness. If the coin appears untouched, well-struck, and lustrous, it may be worth submitting for professional grading and possibly uncovering a rare gem worth thousands. This opportunity fuels the modern-day coin hunt, where pocket change becomes profit, and overlooked coins from the 1970s become the centerpieces of elite collections. Historically, the 1974 nickel represents a time of inflation, political shifts, and changing U.S. mint procedures. The mint was producing billions of coins annually by this time, with budget considerations often taking precedence over quality. As a result, even though millions of 1974 nickels were minted in Philadelphia, and from fresh enough dies to achieve full steps, this makes them accidental rarities coins, whose value today was never anticipated at the time of production. In recent years, the numismatic world has seen a surge in interest for Jefferson nickels, with registry set competition intensifying, especially for 1960s and 1970s coins with the FS designation. This renewed attention has led to increased demand, rising prices, and greater public awareness, making the 1974 no-mint mark Jefferson nickel a must-have for any serious collection. As coins in high grade are snatched up and stored in private collections or vaults, their scarcity in the open market continues to grow, further pushing values upward. In conclusion, the 1974 Jefferson nickel, no mint mark, may be one of the most surprising modern rarities in American numismatics. It stands as a shining example of how condition rarity strikes sharpness, and grading standards can transform a seemingly ordinary coin into a highly valuable collectible. With certified MS66 plus full steps examples selling for up to $7,000, the coin has earned its place as a key sleeper date in the Jefferson nickel series. Whether you're a seasoned collector, a casual hobbyist, or someone just curious about the coins in your spare change, the 1974 nickel deserves your attention. Examine your coins carefully, learn what full steps truly means, and don't underestimate the power of professional grading to unlock real market value. As more collectors compete to complete Jefferson nickel registry sets, and as more people realize that treasures can exist in the most familiar of places, the 1974 no-mint mark Jefferson nickel will continue to rise in prominence and possibly in price. So the next time you find a 1974 nickel, don't dismiss it. You just might be holding a $7,000 coin in your hand. Next up, the 1980p Jefferson nickel, minted in Philadelphia and bearing the first ever P mint mark for this denomination, may at first glance seem like an ordinary coin from the dawn of the 1980s. But hidden within this otherwise common coin lies a rare and valuable treasure that has stunned collectors and driven auction prices to an astonishing $7,500 for premium examples. While billions of Jefferson nickels have been produced since their debut in 1938, the 1980p holds a special place in numismatic history because it was the first year the Philadelphia Mint placed its P mint mark on the Jefferson nickel, making it a pivotal issue for modern U.S. coin collectors. Designed by Felix Schlag, the Jefferson nickel features the iconic left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse in Monticello, his historic Virginia home on the reverse. By 1980, Schlag's classic design had become deeply entrenched in American coinage, yet the mint was undergoing significant changes in production standards, minting technology, and die preparation, all of which affected the quality and consistency of coins produced during this transitional period. Despite the relatively high mintage of the 1980p nickel, coins of exceptional quality are remarkably scarce, especially those that earn the highly coveted full steps FS designation, a feature referring to the sharply defined, uninterrupted steps at the base of Monticello. These full steps coins are exceedingly rare in high mint state grades, the MS66Fs and MS67Fs grades commanding the most attention and the highest prices, reaching up to $7,500 in public auctions due to their rarity and superior strike. While most 1980p nickels encountered in circulation show signs of wear, weak strikes, and mushy details, especially on Monticello steps, those few that were struck with fresh dies, on clean planchettes and stored without entering circulation, have become prized finds among collectors. P mint mark in 1980 marked a new era for the Philadelphia Mint, which had previously not used a mint mark on nickels. The increased scrutiny and collectability associated with mint marks added new attention to Philadelphia issues and collectors soon realized that the 1980p was far from common when it came to high-grade full steps examples. The FS designation is awarded by PCGS Professional Coin Grading Service and NGC Numismatic Guarantee Company, is not easy to obtain. It requires that all 5 or 6 steps at the base of Monticello be clearly defined, with no breaks, nicks, or a bridging caused by worn dies or weak striking pressure. Since the 198OP nickels were primarily produced for circulation and not for collector sets, the majority were struck with little regard for these fine details. As a result, locating a specimen with full steps in MS66 or better is an extremely rare achievement. And those that do exist are often aggressively sought after by registry set builders and serious collectors who understand the true scarcity of the issue. The rarity of the 1980p Jefferson nickel in full steps condition is further intensified when factoring in die wear, planchette quality, and strike sharpness, all of which varied greatly during that time. Many coins suffered from incomplete detail due to the worn state of the dies used during mass production. These conditions make the emergence of a well-struck high-luster, blemish-free 1980pf's nickel almost miraculous. That's why so few have been certified at the highest levels and why the competition is fierce whenever one becomes available in the market. In fact, certified MS66FS examples can fetch thousands of dollars. An AMS67FS specimen, if found, could easily reach or surpass $7,500. Population reports from PCGS and NGCs show extremely low numbers of coins certified in these grades. With so few entering the market each year, their values have remained high and stable. Investors and collectors alike know that such coins are not only difficult to replace, but are also likely to appreciate further as more collectors chase after complete full steps Jefferson sets, which are among the most competitive categories in modern U.S. numismatics. But there's more to the 1980p Jefferson nickel than just sharp steps, and high-grade Zara coins and varieties from this year also contribute to its collectability and intrigue. While the 1980p is not widely known for dramatic doubled dies, there are several known die clashes, off-center strikes, clipped planchettes, and minor die cracks that can all increase a coin's value when paired with high mint state preservation. Collectors with a sharp eye and good magnification often search for these anomalies, which can turn a $1 coin into a multi-thousand-dollar prize when combined with condition rarity. Another feature collectors seek in this coin is attractive, natural toning, especially rainbow or multicolored toning caused by chemical reactions in storage, which adds eye appeal and can drive premiums well beyond the base market value. Proof-like finishes, though extremely rare for this issue, have also been reported and would command extreme premiums due to their mirror-like surfaces and reflectivity. All of these factors strike quality, die state, color, and unique errors contribute to the market excitement surrounding the 1980p nickel, pushing values higher as demand continues to outpace supply. Grading plays a crucial role in determining the value of a 1980p Jefferson nickel. Only coins that have been certified by top-tier services like PCGS and NGC will realize their full market potential, especially when it comes to full steps designations. A raw, ungraded 198OP nickel even one that looks nearly flawless will rarely sell for more than a few dollars unless verified by a trusted grading authority. Collectors must study the fine details under proper lighting and magnification to even begin assessing whether their coin is a candidate for full steps. Coins must be free of major contact marks, show strong luster, and exhibit crisp detail, especially on Jefferson's cheek, hair, and the Monticello steps. Even the smallest nick or planchette flaw across the steps can disqualify a coin from receiving the FS label, making the task of finding qualifying coins even more difficult. That's why the few certified MS66FS or higher examples are so valuable, because they are the result of both extraordinary minting circumstances and meticulous post-mint preservation. It is not uncommon for collectors to search through entire rolls of 1980p nickels and never find a single full steps candidate. That rarity makes each discovery a thrilling victory and a worthwhile investment. Historically, the 1980p nickel also represents a time of economic and cultural transition in the United States. The country was entering a new decade. Inflation was rising, and the mint was adapting to changing demands and technologies. The use of improved blank planchets and more modernized minting equipment would come later in the decade. But in 1980, the mint still struggled with production quality at high volumes. This transitional phase means that many 1980p nickels were simply not struck to modern standards. And that enhances the rarity of any coin that survives today in pristine condition. Public interest in coin collecting surged during the 1980s. In 1990s, and now again with the rise of digital marketplaces and YouTube, coin channels coins like the 1980 PFS nickel have taken center stage. What was once considered a common forgettable coin is now known to be a modern sleeper rarity, a coin that has exploded in value due to condition rarity, growing demand, and historical importance. These types of coins are also increasingly seen as investment pieces, especially as collectors and investors look for modern coins. With strong value growth potential and registry appeal, in conclusion, the 1980p Jefferson nickel is one of the most surprising modern treasures in U.S. coinage. While it may appear abundant at first glance, its true value lies in the extreme rarity of full steps examples and high mint state grades. With auction prices reaching up to $7,500, this coin is no longer a common 5-cent piece. It's a highly desirable collector's item. A testament to the complexities of modern minting, and a symbol of how overlooked coins can transform into top-tier collectibles when preserved in exceptional condition. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or a beginner hunting through change jars, the 1980p nickel offers an exciting opportunity to find something truly special. Don't ignore this date just because it seems modern. Examine every detail. Look for the steps on Monticello, and if you believe you have a strong strike, consider getting it professionally graded. You might just be holding a coin worth thousands of dollars, a rare gem that links American history, artistry, and investment potential in one tiny yet powerful piece of metal. Next up, the 1988p Jefferson nickel is far more than just pocket change. It's a small piece of American history that, under the right conditions, can command a market value of up to $4,500. At first glance, this 5-cent coin may appear ordinary to the untrained eye, but seasoned numismatists and coin collectors know that certain minting anomalies, pristine condition, and low population and high grades can significantly elevate its value. Minted at the Philadelphia Mint, the P mint mark sits prominently to the right of Thomas Jefferson's bust on the obverse, serving as a subtle but crucial detail in identifying its origin. The obverse features the left-facing portrait of Jefferson, designed by Felix Schlag, while the reverse showcases the iconic Monticello Jefferson's stately Virginia home accompanied by the words E pluribus unum, to Zello, 5 cents, and United States of America. In 1988, billions of Jefferson nickels were produced, and most of them were circulated, making high grade. Uncirculated examples considerably harder to find today. The coin is composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel, weighing 5 grams with a diameter of 21.2 millimeters. However, it isn't the general specifications that make this coin worth thousands. It's a combination of scarcity and perfect condition, errors, collector demand, and historical interest. What sets the 1988p Jefferson nickel apart is its rarity and high grades, especially those certified MS66 or MS67 by leading grading companies like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC Numismatic Guarantee Company. In lower grades or circulated condition, these coins are typically worth only face value or slightly more. But in high mint state condition, as full steps visible on Monticello, a designation indicating sharp detail and excellent strike, the price can skyrocket due to low survival rates of such pristine examples. In fact, only a handful of 1988 P nickels with full steps FS grading exist in MS66 or better, and these are incredibly desirable. The rarity of such coins in immaculate condition contributes heavily to their $4,500 market value. It's this combination of condition, rarity, and eye appeal that elevates a common coin to the level of elite collectibles. Moreover, there are Known examples of 1988 P nickels with minting errors such as off-center strikes, double dies, clipped planchets, and die cracks. These types of errors, especially when dramatic and obvious, can command premium prices from collectors who specialize in error coins. For example, double die obverse version with sharp doubling on the date or letters may be considered a major variety and greatly desired among enthusiasts. Another important factor influencing the value of the 1988 P. Jefferson nickel is its historical context within U.S. coinage. By 1988, Jefferson nickel had been in continuous production for 50 years, making it a well-established and iconic design. However, the mid to late 1980s saw a decline in the quality of coin strikes, especially from the Philadelphia Mint, making sharp, well-struck examples increasingly rare. Coins with strong features and a clear strike of Monticello steps are less likely to be found in circulation, meaning that high-grade examples often come from original mint sets or well-preserved rolls. Collectors who come across one of these rarities, especially those who have had their coins professionally graded, can find themselves in possession of a truly valuable item. It's worth noting that modern collectors are more knowledgeable and data-driven, frequently tracking auction records and population reports from PCGS and NGC. These population reports show just how few high-grade examples exist and fuel the competitive bidding wars at auctions, sometimes pushing prices into the thousands. To understand the demand and value behind the 1988 P. Jefferson nickel, one must also consider the collector psychology and market dynamics. Many numismatists aim to complete full-date, mint-mark sets of Jefferson nickels, including examples with full steps. This means that even a modern coin, like the 1988 P, can become the key date in a high-grade collection. If it is difficult to find a coin from that year and mint in top grade with full steps, it becomes a bottleneck, driving up demand and consequently price. Auctions have seen prices for MS67 FS specimens reach and exceed the $4,000 mark, especially when combined with strong eye appeal, luster, and strike quality. The population numbers for MS67 full steps coins remain extremely low, making any certified coin of that grade A blue-chip asset in the Jefferson nickel series. Even mid-range mint state coins with partial steps can fetch higher than average prices if they exhibit exceptional surface quality and minimal contact marks. Additionally, coins found in original U.S. mint sets are often better preserved and offer better strike quality, increasing the chances of finding high-value examples. While the 1988 P nickel might seem like just another modern coin, it embodies the deeper essence of coin collecting, finding beauty and value in something many others overlook. As collectors continue to dig through old change jars, mint sets, and estate sales, the discovery of a gem-quality 1988 P. Jefferson nickel still sends ripples through the numismatic community. The thrill lies in the possibility that a seemingly ordinary coin could hold hidden wealth, especially when verified and authenticated by professional grading services. This is a critical point to authentication and grading play, a huge role in determining the value of any rare coin. Coins certified by PCGS or NGC tend to command the highest market prices due to the trust these institutions have built within the collector community. Their precise grading standards and population reports offer transparency and assurance to both buyers and sellers. So, if you believe you have a high-grade 1988 P nickel, sending it in for professional grading may be your first step toward discovering its full market potential. Collectors should also keep an eye out for unusual die varieties, transitional errors, or repunched mint marks or PMs, which occasionally surface and become highly sought after. Some 1988 nickels have been reported with minor anomalies that could, upon deeper examination, turn out to be new recognized varieties. Such discoveries often spark a wave of interest in a particular date or mint mark, increasing its popularity and driving up prices. There is always the potential that a previously unlisted major variety could be discovered in future years. Adding to the lore and desirability of the 1988 P issue, the landscape of coin collecting is constantly evolving, In coins like the 1988 P. Jefferson nickel remain part of that ongoing discovery process. Whether it's found in a forgotten mint set, a family collection, or a routine coin roll hunt. The 1988 P nickel reminds us that numismatic treasures are still out there, waiting to be uncovered. In conclusion, 1988 P Jefferson nickel, while once considered a common modern coin, has proven to hold remarkable value under the right circumstances. With a potential market value of $4,500 in pristine condition, it stands as a powerful reminder of how minting precision, rarity in high grades, historical context, and collector demand all play vital roles in determining a coin's worth. This nickel is not just a piece of metal, it's a hidden gem for those who take the time to look closer. Learn about its attributes and understand the market forces that shape numismatics today. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a curious beginner, the 1988 P Jefferson nickel offers both a lesson in history and the potential for financial gain. So next time you come across a nickel from 1988 bearing the P mint mark, don't just spend it, examine it carefully, because it might just be one of the rare and valuable examples worth thousands.